Hello students, a very warm welcome to all of you in this live class for CBSE class 12th few good questions discussion. Now what exactly the idea behind this particular video, that is we want to give you some basic idea how you should attempt your questions specifically for your board exams, because class 12th is a board exam, fine, and you know there are various categories of questions. Some are very short answer type, some are like short answer type, some are numericals, long answer type. So there is lot of variation in terms of types of questions, fine. So it's just one humble start from our side to give you how you should tackle your questions in exam. That idea we want to share you, and by that way you can score much better marks, because you know in board exams the marks are provided on the basis of the steps, fine. Say for example in one answer there are 4 steps required, and let's say you mention just 3 steps, so you will get the marks accordingly. So you should know how you should start, fine. So here it is a new segment from Misostudy.com. Hopefully you will start coming to our site more frequently, so that you can get the information about your various exams, fine. So here it is going to be CBSE 12th, that is 2019 exam, board exam, golden questions, physics set number 1. We will keep on providing you such type of videos. So let's start this discussion. It's a collection of 5 questions. And I tried my best to pick various type of questions in this small category of 5 questions only. Hopefully you will enjoy it. So here comes, it is the first question and it is for 1 mark. Now the question is, basically initially I was thinking to put this question for 3 marks, then I realized no, it's a very fundamental question, fine. Though I will provide you some long type of solution of this problem, but hopefully you can realize that it's a very simple and fundamental problem. The question is somehow will give you some sort of you can say different approach over here, that is how much positive and negative charge is there in a cup of water. Moment you will see this type of questions, you will start feeling somehow slightly what exactly the question is. I mean, in a cup of water, okay. So how you can start answering these type of questions, fine. Maybe it's possible these type of questions are not directly asked in your exams, but the concept behind the solution of these type of questions is really important. So let's start how we can tackle. So first thing that comes in your mind, what exactly the idea of cup of water? Fine. In a cup of water, how much water I can assume for a cup of water? So my simple suggestion is you should consider let cup of water, actually let's say the question has been asked in this manner. Consider the positive negative charge, explain the positive negative charge, find the positive negative charge for 100 cc of water. Say for example like this. So let cup of water is nothing but 250 cc. This is the volume, fine, just an standard value. You can calculate it for any number, 100 cc, 200 cc or something like that. So 250 cc H2O means 250 gram water. So first problem is now resolved, and I am hiding some portion of the question because as such whatever is mentioned in the question that already I explained you, and I want to explain near the you can say question, that's why I am taking this space. So now first problem is resolved. This number is now we are going to use for further calculation. Then comes a question in the mind, what is the molecular weight of water? So molecular weight of water, okay, it is how much? It is going to 18 grams, clear. Now I am going to come out from the frame, you just read this question, and this is the explanation. Fine. So 250 gram water, then 18 gram is molecular weight. Fine. So now two terms are clear. Obviously, few of you may be thinking that why we are putting so much emphasis on a very short answer type question for 1 mark. Idea is simple. If these points are clear in my mind, then at any point of time I can handle difficult questions. Sometimes if you try to recall, normally it is published in newspapers, the physics paper was quite lengthy and students were not able to tackle all the question in the stipulated time period. Fine. So this is something which is associated with the subject physics. Anyway, now we want to find out number of molecules in 18 gram water. Number of molecules in 18 gram, fine, of water. Line number 1, line number 2, line number 3. So it is going to be how much, students? It is going to be Avogadro's number. This question is from physics, but with lot of fragrance from chemistry. Fine. It is from electrostat itself. Okay. So now these numbers are clear in my mind. Okay. Then question comes, how many molecules are there in 250 gram? If in 18 grams this much, then in 250 grams, then number of molecules in 250 grams. So what you will have to do? 250 upon 18 multiplied by 6.02 into 10 to the power 23. Fine. So let's do that. It is 250 upon 18 into 6.023 into 10 to the power 23. I think you will get a number. Fine. Now from here what I can say, that one simple statement, each H2O molecule, now it is very important line, each H2O molecule has charge is equal to 10 electron. H2O, 10 electrons. Okay. So each H2O molecule has charge this much, and these are total number of molecules. Now say for example, rather than a cup of water, someone asked you a question. Please just take a look over here. Someone asked you a question in 10 gram water. So you can replace the value 10 over here. You can put the value 100 over here. Actually this was something that I can write down directly, but I was intentionally trying to give you the idea. That's why I did this much. Fine. So 250. So you can prepare one general formula also, x upon 18 into 6.023 into 10 to the power 23. Now each H2O molecule has charge 10 electron. So total charge from here I will get a number, and that number is, using this formula Q is equal to Ne, I will get the total charge Q is equal to 1.33 into 10 to the power 7 coulomb. You will get a number from this, multiply by that number by 10 into 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. You will get the result like this. So basically if you want to analyze this question has only 2 steps. First step is into Avogadro's number, and then this is a fact that you know, and then Q is equal to NE, and N you will get from here. So, just 2-step question, fine. But obviously sometimes you have to devote that much of time for getting the answer of any question. So, this is a suggestion for all of you who are going to appear for your this CBSE class 12th board exam. Mentally you should prepare for any type of questions. If a question is difficult, don't lose your patience. Cool, calm, compose it, read the question, relax, again start, fine. So, now it comes question number 2, and this question is for 2 marks. This is a type of, you can say, explanatory type of question. Read the question. If 2 objects repel one another, let us say I have these 2 objects, and when I am trying to bring them close to each other, they are repelling each other, fine. You know both carry either positive charge or negative charge. I was not supposed to tell this line. If they are repelling, you will say, sir, either charge on both the particles is positive or negative. I mean, they have same type of charge, and charges is of 2 types, fine. How would you determine whether these charges are positive or negative? Now, if I want to find out whether both are positively charged or negatively charged, then what I should do? Fine. So, what I will do, object A, object B, they are repelling each other. So, either they are positively charged or negatively charged. We have to find out. Now, do one thing, take a rod, listen carefully. For 2 marks, you have to simply draw this simple diagram, fine, and then write down 2 or 3 lines. You say, take a rod positively charged, fine. Let us say I am picking this remote device. This is a rod, and I said it is positively charged, that I know, fine. Pick object B and bring it close to this rod. If it is positively charged, it will be repelled. So, now the charge is positive. If it is attracted, then the charge is going to be negative. So, by that way you can define, and only once you have to pick one object, because both have the same charge. When I try to bring this object B close to this, if the charges are same, it will repel, I will say it is like this, and if the charges are different, it will attract, so I will say it is negatively charged, fine. So, such type of questions give you lot of scope for thinking. So, you can enjoy these type of questions, and the question paper of class 12th board exam is always a balanced. If one question is for some less marks, is very long question, then definitely it will be like that. Another question may be slightly long, having more marks, but simple question, fine. It is always a balanced paper. Idea is the examiner also want to check whether it is possible for you to maintain your peace, mental composite posture in case of difficult questions or not, fine. Then comes question number 3. Find the current flowing through a copper wire of length 0.2 meter, okay, area of cross section 1 mm square when connected to a battery of 4 volt. Given that electron mobility mu is this much and charge on electron is this much, the number density of electron in copper wire is this much. Students, obviously in physics without numericals, it is not going to be like that a physics question paper, fine. So, if such type of numericals are there in question paper, which is very much possible and which definitely will be there. So, do one thing, take pen, which is obviously you are using in examination hall, and on the rough side of your answer sheet, whatever the rough sheet you are using, first start writing the values given. Say for example, in this particular question, what exactly is given, that we are going to define. Length L is given of the wire. cross sectional area is given, connected to a battery of 4 volt, okay, V is given, EMF. Given that electron mobility mu is given, fine, and charge on electron, fine, it is a simple term, given or not given, we know that. The number density of electrons in copper is this much, N is given. Okay, what we have to find out? We have to find out current I. We have given in the problem. Now we have to find out a formula for finding the current in terms of these known values. So once you will write down the terms like this, you can start thinking, and that is going to be very easier for you to think on these lines. Now electric field E is equal to V by L, fine, that is V is equal to ED relation we learned during the discussion of the topics, fine. So from there we used this relation. D was the gapping between the two plates of a parallel plate capacitor, okay. Now from here what you can say, that the value of V is 4 volt and length is how much? 0.2 meter. It is 20 units, fine. So this is the value of electric field, which is 20 volt per meter, clear. Now write it down over here. Let me allow to erase out these all points. Now for the current I, we studied a formula, I is equal to N E A V D, where VD is what? VD is drift velocity, fine. Try to recall, in our videos we have shared all these details with you. So N E A V D, or I is equal to N E A mu E, fine. N value we have, this value we have, this value and this value, all these values we have by putting the values, fine. I is equal to 1.22 ampere is the answer. Now in examination hall you have to solve it, fine. So definitely that will take time. So more practice you will do for calculation, more the marks you will attain, and also you can save your precious time in examination hall for some other difficult questions. So please practice for the, you can say short tricks, or you can say fast calculation methods, okay. After that it comes question number 4, and basically this question number 3 and 4 both are for 3 marks. So please don't forget to read the instructions which are given for the entire question paper, sometimes maybe in between the questions also, fine. Now this is purely a conceptual theoretical derivation type of question. Define motion of a charged particle in a uniform magnetic field. Now for such type of questions, what should be your approach? First you should start writing the solution or answer of these questions with proper explanation. Let the starting should be like this. Obviously I will not write down the complete solution, but I am just giving you the idea. Let B is the uniform magnetic field, fine, and handwriting should be very neat and clean. Magnetic field, and the starting of the answer like this. Let B uniform magnetic field, and let Q is charge on a, it's a very important derivation or concept, charge on a particle of mass m moving with velocity v. Fine. After that you have to provide a, you can say, diagram also, and for the diagram what you should say, you should plan the diagram like this. Okay. This way you can keep on drawing the diagrams. Fine. What exactly it's showing? Magnetic field perpendicular to this green board inside. Fine. Now let's say the particle started moving from here. Fine. So what is the direction between the velocity and the magnetic field? Because it is B. So V is perpendicular to B. You have to define this also. After that you have to explain this formula, or here you can discuss cases also, because this question is in 3 marks. Fine. So if you are not discussing the various possibilities associated with theta, it's okay. But if this question is asked in 5 marks, now this is very important concept. You must have to provide the answer in board exams specifically for class 12th as per the merit of the question and the marks allocated. In 3 marks, this much and some further explanation is more than enough. But say for example, this question is in 5 marks, then you should have to discuss another aspect which I am going to explain over here. If theta is, now theta values like 0, 90, 180, in between 0 to 90, something like that, then you have to discuss that also. And if the value of theta is less than 90, then you have to explain the helical path, pitch. Fine. Now from here one thing you can say, that in this situation the particle will move on a circular path. So mv square upon r is equal to qvb, and this is for maximum force theta is equal to 1, sin theta is equal to 1, theta is equal to 90. So from here you can get a relation r is equal to mv upon qv, sorry, like this. So as per the marks allocated, say for example in 3 marks you are providing all these details, it's mere wastage of time. Fine, because examiner is not expecting this much from you, and the examiner will definitely not give you more than 3 marks whatever you are writing over here. That is that way is not a proper approach of providing the solution of any question. Now you should confine your answer so that you can save your precious time and you can move for the next problems. Normally the complaint made by the students that the time was short, paper was lengthy, is because of these reasons. For 3 marks you are writing 2, 3, 4 pages, that is not required. Fine. Not only knowing the answer but also how much is required, that is also very important for these type of questions, and those are specifically meant for your board exams. Okay. Then comes question that is in the category of long answer. Fine. 5 marks. Now show that the rate of change of magnetic flux has the same units as induced EMF. It is for 2 marks while it is for 5 marks and question number 5. So next is going to be what? Next is going to be a numerical based upon the same idea. Now this is a very important topic, and this topic name is EMI, electromotive force, electromagnetic induction, and based upon the idea of electromotive force. Now the question comes, how you should answer these type of problems. Fine. Show that the rate of change of magnetic flux, moment the term magnetic flux comes, Fine. I can write down b dot a and then b a cos theta, but theta is something which has no dimension, so there is no point of writing that. Okay, rate of change of magnetic flux means d phi b by dt. So this is magnetic flux. Fine. It has same units. Units means MKS system. In MKS system, meter, kilogram, ampere, like that, as induced EMF. And what is induced EMF? So induced EMF is given by like this, but it is not different from this voltage. Fine. So you know from class 10th that W is equal to QV. So from here I can write down W by Q, or from here I can write down the dimensional formula of W is ml square t minus 2. Dimensional formula of charge is AT. Write down those values. That will give me ml square t minus 2 upon AT. What is the dimensional formula over here? So it is going to be BA by T, magnetic field dimensional formula. You can calculate F is equal to QVB. Fine. A area, L square, T time. So now one side write down the dimensional formula for this term and another side this one, then show left hand side, right hand side are matching, therefore it is proved. So here you have to basically show means each and every step. If you are providing the answer of this question on the basis of your memory, okay, I know the formula, this is going to be like this, I am sure some marks deduction will take place because you have to show the steps which is required. I placed this question just to explain this idea to all of you. Fine. After that, the B part of question. The B part of the question is a circular brass loop of radius A and resistance R. Let us start drawing the diagram. I have a brass loop, radius R, radius A and resistance R ohm. Fine. Placed with its plane perpendicular to a magnetic field which varies with time as V is equal to B naught sin omega t. For the time being, imagine it is a circle, just imagine please, it is a circle of radius A. So magnetic field lines are like this and it is placed perpendicular, they are cutting like this. Fine. Obtain the expression for the induced current in the loop. Now class 10th formula, here it should be replaced by clear, clear, fine. Keep on watching, such a beautiful approach, very simple. Then this A is constant, so it will come out, but the B is changing something with respect to time. So here it is going to be A out d by dt of B naught sin omega t. Now B naught is again constant, put out. Sin omega t means it will give you cos omega t, put the values, fine. And what about area A? So area A is pi a square. Even in such type of problems, you need not to remember anything, just recall your basic formulae and from there put the values. So R is here, E you are going to get from here, replace the values, you will get the answer of this type of questions. But please show step by step approach. So when the examiner is evaluating, it should be like this: correct, 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 nice, correct, and then 3 by 3 like this. Fine. So, this is the way to attract the attention of the examiner. Sometimes students complain, I provided the complete solution, but I not scored very well marks. It is just because of this reason. Neat and clean step by step approach, full marks. So, students, I think this was a basic approach how you can score good marks in your board exams specifically. Fine. And by this way, if you learn, then obviously you will perform very well in your exam. So, wishing best of luck from misostudy.com site, with this hope that you will not only follow these steps, but also keep on coming, visiting on our site. Take care of yourself. Have a nice time. Thanks a lot.